He and the Greek Freak are a big part of this league's future. Having playmakers that size is a huge advantage.
I'm curious to watch his jump shot develop. Simmons is taking.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Yo, AI, you got this tonight.
The sun shining brightly on downtown Philadelphia. That's the setting for our broadcast today. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Last game for the Pacers, a loss, and that does your confidence, guys, no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
And no doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
And over time, it looked like they were resigned to their fate. They kind of gave in. It's hard to come back when you get down like they were, and they just didn't seem to have enough fight to make a go of it.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, we know the Sixers are one of the top teams in the league in assists, and that's not by accident. Brett Brown, their coach, has a mantra. The pass is king. He says it's not I score, but rather we score. And he feels that that unselfish mentality shows up throughout the roster. Kevin?
Great stuff, David. Thanks. As we look ahead to the postseason, what shift do you think needs to be made mentally for these players, Clark, to be successful in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it's relatively simple, but it's profound. It's the attention to detail, the focus, the ability to absorb what's allowing you to win and then replicate it, or what's causing you to lose and then adjust and sustain that at both ends of the floor for the number of possessions you need to win the game. And that's really the challenge and the intensity of the playoffs. Locking in and sustaining concentration, effort, and execution at the highest level so you have a chance to prevail.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. Down low, it's Young and Turner. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Oladipo. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Now here's Collison. He's guarded closely and stolen by McConnell. Pass to Covington. And count it from 19 feet away. Covington's got his first bucket in this one.
How about the alertness of Covington? I mean, sensing the separation from the defense and then cashing in on that space that was created.
Now here's Collison. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists.
And so here is Philadelphia after Darren Collison's miss. A-Train, the pass to Embiid.
Front him, dude.
Now here's Oladipo. He's guarded closely. Collison, no good. Shoots. That one off the back iron and out.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Bogdanovich, and it's rebounded by Covington. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's A-Train. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. The Pacers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Bogdanovich looking around. Back to Collison. Just 4 to shoot. Indiana again missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Embiid. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Get Embiid the ball and he goes to work, especially that close to the basket.
Indiana off to a slow start. Searching for their first points of the game. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Tell you what, as a former Pacer myself, the fans have to love this young core they put together. Oladipo and Sabonis via trade, Turner through the draft. That's a very strong core to build with.
Now a chance to look at the best new players in the game with our Rookie of the Year race. Things getting clear with a little over a month to go. We take a look at the A-Train all season long. He has proven again and again that he is the cream of the crop. He's in the top spot right now, and the hardware could be his.
And there's no more deserving candidate. Any other outcome than him lifting that Rookie of the Year trophy, and I'd be shocked.
Me too, Greg. I mean, the way he has sustained his level of play for the entire season, that's what's most impressive, the consistency of his performance. He hasn't had the major ups and downs that so many rookies go through.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's covered closely. On the wing, Turner. Shoots over Embiid. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Here's Philadelphia. They've got an 8-0 run to the left wing. A-Train, the pass to Covington. Here's McConnell. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Collison kicks to Turner. Outside, Bogdanovich. Cloak loose. Covington against Bogdanovich. Covington with the bucket.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now. Taking them to the woodshed. Super aggressive and owning the paint.
And the Pacers call time here.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection. In a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break. Checking out the three-point shot ratio for the Pacers.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Now here's Collison. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds. And already with with a commanding lead. A terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
The feed to Oladipo. The teardrop falls in.
Boy, the floater is one of the most beautiful shots in the game, and when used correctly, Victor Oladipo showing you he's got that shot down pat.
Now here's Simmons. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Rockets in Houston. Good on the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Collison. They trail by 14. Bogdanovich against Simmons. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Bogdanovich, a player who has bounced around the last few seasons.
Yeah, you know what? He's a guy that spaces the floor nicely, Kevin. And he's got a toughness to him that I think was undervalued and underappreciated across the league. He can make shots off the catch and shoot or coming off screens. And he also showed himself to be a better defender than people thought he was.
The 76ers making a switch here. Sharge is checked in.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
McConnell finds Sharge. Here's A-Train, guarded by Oladipo. Philadelphia moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Collison. A shot by McConnell, no good. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. A 12-point game. Collison dishes to Turner. Bogdanovich against Covington. Shoots it up. Misses off the left iron. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 16-4 run. A-Train, the pass to Covington. And there's Sharge on the assist from Covington.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Collison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Bogdanovich. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Covington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The 76ers leading by 14. Sharge and slam dunk by Sharge.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard.
Here's Oladipo. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And you really can't fault the defense at all there. I mean, just got to give credit to Oladipo. Sometimes better O outshines decent D.
Here's A-Train. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Houston. Outside, Bogdanovich. Pass to Turner. And Embiid with the block.
That long reach of Embiid is a real asset on defense. Covers a lot of territory and knows how to snuff out shooters.
Collison up top. He's covered by McConnell. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Back to Collison. There's the triple. Oladipo misses. Philadelphia leading by 14. Here's A-Train. And the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Boy, I love how unselfish Oladipo is. Great at getting his teammates involved in on-time, on-target passes.
McConnell finds Sharge. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The position of power forward, Clark, that was your position. Did you ever think it would become a major weapon for stretching the floor as it is now?
No, I didn't see that evolution happening. I mean, again, at that time in the 80s, even into the 90s, you had the small forward and the power forward was more of an enforcer. I was actually kind of a hybrid at the time because I could deal inside effectively on the glass, and because of my size and strength, but also could step out and put it on the floor and pass it a little bit. So no, the evolution with the four-man in this day and age, I did not foresee that at all. Love what's happened with it, but it speaks, I think, to the athleticism and skill of these bigger guys now.
It does. Galloway, no good. Philadelphia leading by 12. Here's A-Train, and some very quick points for him on that possession. A-Train's got 7.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Now, here's O'Quinn, and looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Down low. Sabonis, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And some changes here for the 76ers. Johnson comes in for Saric, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for A-Train. So the 76ers, their last game, and the 76ers with a completely new group now. Changes for Indiana. Here's Oladipo. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
Yeah, a dominant win for them their last time in this matchup. And what jumps off the stat page was their advantage on the board.
Yeah, they were overpowering inside, and you've really got to like their chances, Greg, if they can replicate that tonight.
And so in the game for the Pacers. Filling out the wings, it's Oladipo and Bogdanovich. Down low, it's Young and Turner. And it's Collison at the 1 spot. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, A-Train in the last game against the Rockets lit up the floor. He finished with 27 points and also grabbed 4 rebounds in addition to his scoring. His big display illustrated exactly the kind of success this team has enjoyed this season. And Kevin will be looking for more of the same from them tonight.
Hey, David, thank you very much. What kind of carryover guys you think we'll see for him tonight?
Well, we know his confidence level has to be high coming into this game. Physically, he might be a little worn down, but mentally, he's got to be feeling very good.
And, you know, given his last game, guys, you have to believe he'll be the go-to guy for them again tonight. I mean, he'll have every opportunity to keep that hot streak going.
Shot clock at 2. And here's Covington from the arc. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Indiana's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Here's Oladipo. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Oladipo's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, I tell you, he has been lights out. Sadly, they're still behind. He needs his guys to step up.
It's good. Nice touch from A-Train.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Turner. 20 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Saric checked in for Simmons. Here's Bogdanovich. 11 points for him in that last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by McConnell. And here we go. Saric, the fast break chance. Over Bogdanovich. The shot by Saric, no good. For Indiana, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Left side, Collison. Knocks it loose. Pass to Turner. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3. Rebounded by A-Train.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's A-Train. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. And the shot goes in from Embiid.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Outside Collison. Outside Turner. Pulls up. Oladipo misses.
and a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
A-Train. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Now here's Collison. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Can't connect from short range.
The defense did not do a good job guarding that one, Kevin. Don't know how he missed that layup.
No good from A-Train.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Collison with it. He's covered by McConnell. Collison ditches to Turner. Oladipo outside to stop the drought. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
Sinks the three-pointer. Oladipo's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Hey, you know what? Once Oladipo gets the hot hand, he knows exactly how to take over because he's a smooth and versatile scorer.
Here's A-Train, guarded by Oladipo. Here's A-Train, and he makes that one. A-Train's got 13 points. And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has refined his shot to make the most of it. And while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was a second overall pick. The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
I think the athleticism of Oladipo is what makes him a plus defender who can actually get his share of blocked shots even though he's not that big.
Collison feeling it out of it. And Oladipo kicks to Collison. This one for 3. Again, Oladipo missing.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's A-Train, guarded by Oladipo. Here's A-Train, and he drops it in from the low post. He's got 15.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let-up. Killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
And so it's Philadelphia, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for him. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. A-Train has been sensational.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the 76ers. The young stars, Simmons and Embiid at the 4 and 5. A-Train is out there with T.J. McConnell. And it's Covington in at the 3. And the first one drops. There's something timeless about a star tandem, Clark. Jordan and Pippen, Kobe and Shaq, Steph and KD. What's needed for guys at that level to play together and coexist?
I think the biggest thing is an appreciation and respect for one another. I mean, that to me is the beginning point of coexisting at a high level, because you're going to have some friction, you're going to have some disagreements, but all of that can be put to the side when there's great appreciation and respect for each other and a real focus on what we're trying to get done. You get that in place, then the talent will rise to the very top.
and just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender.
And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
And, you know, Thaddeus Young, the veteran forward out of Georgia Tech, over a decade of service in the NBA, and he's still one of the more dependable scorers you'll find in terms of over the course of a season.
And for Young, a veteran, as you mentioned, Clark, still one of the more athletic players in the league.
Yeah, he really is. Very impressive how long Thaddeus has been as consistent as he's been. Does a nice job running the floor. Really good in shot selection. And has become a more vocal leader as he is one of the older guys in the league now.
Oladipo misses.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
A-Train, the pass to Embiid. It's stolen by Oladipo. Outside Collison. And there's the call on A-Train. That's his first foul. And the 76ers making a change here. Fultz is checked in. And a change for the Pacers. Sabonis is checked in. Oladipo outside. There's the pass to Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And you know what? At 6'10", dunking is low stress for Sabonis. Solid at getting himself inside for these throwdowns.
Simmons on the wing. Defended by Sabonis. Ben Simmons gets the bucket. Simmons got 6.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Collison kicks to Turner. Here's Bogdanovich, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Whoa, now. I don't think the defense expected that. Bogdanovich taking it to the rack.
Simmons dishes to Fultz. No good on that one. Great D that time from Collison. The Pacers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Pass to Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 5. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Deep 2 from Collison. The offensive rebound. And the shot is good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Here's A-Train, guarded by Oladipo. Here's A-Train. And no good. Trying to use the glass. For Indiana, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Oladipo finds Collison. Looking for Oladipo. He gets it there. And that one, good. He's got 14.
Now that's remarkable work inside from Oladipo. Not afraid to go up against the big guys down low.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
You know, when you think of Darren Collison, I think of a smart point guard. It had 2 seasons playing understudy to Chris Paul in both New Orleans and L.A. Similar type of players who are very...
Now, here is Young. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Galloway, the pass to O'Quinn. Here's Evans. The rebound by Johnson. And with Collison and Greg, how he plays, when he's off the floor, you notice.
I mean, things just don't seem to run as smoothly when he's not at the helm. Finds that balance between creating for himself and others, selective with his shots, and truly a complete guard, even if he doesn't do a lot of those flashy things.
There's a minute left to play in the third. Galloway, the pass to O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
And Philadelphia calls time here. With the amount of characters and personalities on this Sixers team, Clark, you can't help but notice the attitude they play with.
Yeah, they play with edge. They play with brashness. Some would say arrogance, but all of the championship teams have some element of that, and that's where they're looking to go. On occasion, if their emotions get out of whack, it could get them in trouble, but I think they'll learn as they grow to tone that down and use it in a positive way.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Robert Covington comes in for Wilson Chandler. Evans kicks to Oladipo. Over McConnell. And the shot is long. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
Obviously a total team player. Saric is a guy, if his teammate is open, he's going to get the ball.
Indiana's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Evans goes in. It's stolen by Saric. Here's A-Train. Evans with some nice D.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Here's Turner, and it's slammed in by Turner.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Six seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Embiid. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
That's just really good clock management there. I mean, that's how you close a quarter.
And so it's the Phil. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Filling out the wings, it's Oladipo and Bogdanovich. Turner is out there with Leaf, and it's Holiday in at the point. Covington with the bucket.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. Really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
Leaf. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's A-Train. No good on the triple.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection. Splendid release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Saric outside. The 3. No good. Shot missing. And so Holiday will bring it up for Indiana. Right side, Bogdanovich takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
On the perimeter and on the inside, too, Bogdanovich able to put points on the board.
Here's A-Train. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Here's A-Train. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich. And Clark, you played your entire career with the Pacers. What was your favorite memory during that time?
Well, certainly realizing the dream of being an NBA player, Kevin. I was the 8th pick overall. It was close to where I played in college at Ohio State. And then being able to perform at a high level to be a unanimous all.
Holiday against Smith. 5 on the clock. Passes it to Sumner. Fires from deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Well, Clark, some G League salaries on the rise due to two-way contracts.
Yeah, I think some of it is a function, Kevin, of the league's prosperity and success as revenues continue to grow. But I don't think it's a handout. I mean, when these guys get called up to the NBA, they've got to continue to be ready to produce and contribute, because at the end of the day, it's about production if you're going to make your way into the NBA.
Down it goes. Nice one there from A-Train. A-Train's got 27.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And Holiday kicks to Bogdanovich. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Lets it go from 14. Philadelphia's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. To the paint, out to Smith. Pass to A-Train. Puts one up from 19. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 29 points for A-Train.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
Holiday dishes to Turner. Smith against Howard. Now the pass to Leaf. To the middle. Here's Sumner. And the layup's good off the glass.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. No good from A-Train. The Pacers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks. And then on Thursday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And the matchup against the Nuggets, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire. And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Holiday attacking, shoots from 12, and Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's A-Train, another 3 for Philadelphia.
Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
And Indiana shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Holiday against Smith, Turner. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
I tell you what, Turner just has a beautiful touch down on the block. I mean, you get the ball where he wants it, he'll deliver for you.
And again, another basket there from A-Train. A-Train's got 37.
Great basketball from him, Kevin. A commanding performance, helping add to the lead this quarter.
Pass to Leaf to the middle. The 11-footer, shots good by Turner.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Here's A-Train. Clark, you played for a small market team in Indianapolis, so difficult now for them to retain all-star level talent, or so it would seem.
Yeah, that's always been the case, Kevin, and I don't think that's changed much. You know, KD goes from Oklahoma City to the Bay Area. Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward go from small markets to Boston, although Kyrie was traded. Gordon Hayward was signed as a free agent. I think it's just one of those inherent issues that will continue to be a challenge for some of the small market teams. That's why the draft and developing drafted players for those teams is so critically important.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Amir Johnson's checked in for Joel Embiid. Redick comes in for Cunningham. And it's Fultz in for Smith. Out to the right wing. Here's Galloway. Kept alive. Sabonis And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
Yeah.
that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
Here's Galloway. He kicks it to McDermott. Pass to Sabonis. Back to McDermott. Clock at 6. Here's Galloway. That 3 off the mark. The 76ers have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. And Indiana making a change here. Holiday's checked in. Here's A-Train. We know Clark fans want to see star players. It's been a hot topic around the league. The league has added rules, in fact, that now prohibit resting guys on certain nights.
I think that's important, that players have a real understanding of their responsibility. I understand trying to balance the rest versus the wear and tear of the course. That's another reason I propose a shorter season. I don't think you'd end up with this kind of controversy or debate. But I thought the league was right in requiring, I mean, your responsibility is to play all the games you're available to play in, unless you're injured. And I think it's important that guys take that responsibility seriously. And it's a responsibility they have to themselves, to the team, the organization, and the fans.
'76ers on defense. Holiday left side. To the wing on the left. Just 5 to shoot. That shot wide open.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
And the 76ers call time here.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, A-Train.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Without his heroics here tonight, this could have been a second straight loss for them. But he was sensational, and instead of a losing streak, he may have them headed in the opposite direction now. Philadelphia's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Kicks it to Muscala. All sorts of time. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right. They're happy with that shot.
Sabonis with the bucket.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Here's A-Train. The 76ers with another miss.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat-out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Mark, when you were playing to complement your inside game, you had that wonderful mid-range jumper, but more and more, players are going away from it.
I think it's all driven by analytics, Kevin. I mean, everything is about the three-point shot, efficiency of your possessions, go for 3 when you can or get it to the rim. And that makes sense from a mathematical standpoint. From a game standpoint, though, if a quality shot is a mid-range shot for a good shooter, I think you should take them all the time. I mean, that would just be my part. So I differ with the analytics. I understand what they say. But if I was coaching, guys get a good mid-range jumper from a quality shooter, we're shooting it every time.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Philadelphia.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And the win-loss column, tonight's game will push their record up to 54 wins on the year.
And after a number of battles over the course of this season series, this victory tonight is going to finish them off with an advantage of 3-1 on the year against the Pacers.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for A-Train.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
4 on the clock. Reddick passes to A-Train. Here's Johnson. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Well, they've got to be pleased with the effort they've seen so far tonight. Everybody pitching in for what looks to be a solid W.
The first one falls. And so Quinn nails both of them. Here's A-Train. That'll go on McDermott. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.